Hi, I'm Jeff Doyle, and welcome to this episode of Tracking 200. I'm here in the White Mountains, headed in on National Forest land, and I got a call from my buddy earlier in the week. He let me know that some of the gates were closed, and that's what I'm dealing with today. Helps keep other hunters out of the woods and keeps the woods a little more remote. So I'm just headed in. We've got perfect snow. It's warm and mild. It's about 35 degrees. So being able to tell tracks is going to be perfect. There's just the right amount of depth of snow too. I looked around a little bit this morning on my way up here up north. Cut a few tracks, checked them out. I didn't see anything that really interested me. Of course, I'm looking for a buck that might weigh 200 pounds, so I'm looking for a real big track. And so the plan is to head up in here. There's some logging in here in the past few years, and so that gives me a potential food source. It's big woods being national forest land, and it's hopefully low pressure given that some of the gates are closed, and they close these gates throughout the every year as the snow comes in. So we're gonna get all set up here. I'm running a brand new GoPro 8 for the first time today, so hopefully we get some great video with it, and we'll be checking in on the trail. It's 9:15. I walked about 1.5 miles on this road. There's swamps on both sides, so there's a few areas that kind of serve as a land bridge, and I was hoping I would cut, I see some tracks cutting across those land bridges. And back here about 200 yards, there's a medium-sized buck track. It's pretty fresh, so that's all I got at the moment. I'm gonna go for it. Maybe I'll decide he's a smaller buck, or maybe I'll decide he's a bigger buck. But either way, he's headed the right direction. So there's a big mountain over here and a little mountain here, and my plan was, if I didn't cut any tracks, to go right up between them. Seen some rutting activity in between those mountains before. There's a little saddle, so the plan was to try to go up there and pick something up, but it looks like I got a track to take that may lead me right up there. So we're gonna shut her down, go into stealth mode at this point, so time to be quiet. So I'm probably back on the same track I was on down on the road. Looks just about the same to me. So he's headed the right direction. Stay on it for a bit. Not fresh, but that's a bruiser track. Well, there wasn't anything up on top of the mountain or cutting through the notch, so I'm headed down on the south slope now. I did see one big buck track, but it's probably 1 to 2 days old, and it's got some snow in it. I don't think he's catchable at this point, but I've seen him on the nice days cruise this south slope, so my hope is that I'm working into the wind, and I'll cut a track here and have every advantage I can. Going downhill, wind in my favor. There's a doe right there, and there's another deer just over here. dough. So the GPS says I've gone over 9 miles already today. It's about 3:30 and I just cut a track that's pretty fresh. It's today's track. It's also just a medium-sized track, but I'm gonna go on it. See what it turns into. Don't drag. Well, I came up to northern New Hampshire today trying to find one of those big 4-finger tracks on the snow. First time out on snow this year. Covered a lot of miles today and just didn't cut one of those big tracks. The cool thing about tracking and hunting on snow is that you can go into any area. It doesn't matter if you've been there before. You don't need to do any scouting really. Just need to know you have access and just put some miles on. And the woods are going to deal you tracks. And those tracks, they might be big, they might be small. You can get into a monster right off the bat, and I've had that happen before. Or you can walk all day like this and not really see one that you're that interested in. So that's tracking. We still have a good time. I saw 2 doe, got a ton of exercise, put the hurting on the kids' candy bars from Halloween, and gave the new GoPro 8 a whirl, so I'm interested to see that footage. If you like this series, go ahead and like this video. If you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications so you're notified when the next episode comes out, and we'll see you on the trail.